Today I want to talk about why it may seem like you never have enough time, you never have enough energy, you never have enough resources, you just never have enough, right? Number one, if you are always in survival mode, you are always stressed, whether it's from work, whatever the case may be, and you do not intentionally structure recovery and rest periods throughout your day, not throughout the week, throughout your day, you are locking your mind, your body, your nervous system in that survival mode. All right? Especially if you continue to be stressed over a long period of time. This doesn't happen overnight, right? So as you continue to train, because essentially that's what you're doing, your brain is always being trained, okay? Your brain is always looking for evidence of how it can help you survive in your life that you have shown it, right? If you keep training your brain to stay stressed, you don't give it recovery, you don't give it rest, you don't give it TLC, right? It's going to get locked in that mode because it realizes, oh, this is the life that we're living. So in order to survive, I need to stay in survival mode, right? Which actually isn't the case, but we train our brain that way. Now, the problem with that is you don't see with your eyes. You see with your mind. Your mind is the lens through which you see the world, you perceive the world, you show up in the world. So if you've locked your mind and your body into survival mode, which is the opposite of growth and repair mode and expansion mode and creation mode, is contracted mode. That means you are going to see the world in a contracted way. Your mind is going to filter for contraction. It's going to filter for stress. It's going to filter for not enough, for lack, right? For threats. That is what your brain is going to be looking for and filtering for. Now, if you're someone who structures rest, right? We're not earning rest. We don't earn rest. Rest and stillness and clarity, that's how we thrive. That's our innate birthright. That's how we create, right? That is the state, that parasympathetic, that calm creation recovery mode. That is going to teach your brain to expand. I'll give you an example. If right now a pit bull was to start chasing you, what happens? Number one, you perceive it and your body turns into survival mode, fight or flight, right? Survival mode. All you're worried about is surviving right now. You can't think about anything else except that pit bull that's chasing you. This is not the time to start thinking about, I'd love to cook a casserole for dinner. I'd love to show my wife love tonight or my husband love tonight. You're not thinking about all the possibilities that are around you, but because there's this threat, you can't think of anything else. That's what happens in your mind. So that's why it's not the truth, but it seems like you don't have enough time. It seems like every light that you get to, it turns red as soon as you get there. It seems like you don't have enough energy, right? Because that's the lens through which you're seeing the world. Now, if you can do the opposite of that and structure recovery time, mind you, in survival mode, you're not even thinking, let me set some recovery time. Let me let me rest, right? You're in survival mode. If a pit bull is chasing you, you're not going to say, I'd love to rest. I'd love to just give myself some TLC. I'd love to recover. No, you're going to stay in emergency mode until you perceive that the pit bull is gone, right? Now, the problem is, like I said, if you have locked yourself into that mode that a pit bull is chasing you, mind you, today, a pit bull is emails, shareholders, stakeholders, whatever stresses you may have in life. It's different for everyone, right? But in leadership, it's usually organizational. Then you are not able to show up as your best self, and you never will be able to until you give your brain that psychological safety, until you allow your nervous system to downshift into creative mode, right? Creative mode is up here, survival mode is a lower level, right? So we want to stay up here so that we can always show up as our best. Yes, there's going to be stressors, but our default mode should be parasympathetic, which is the growth and repair, right? It's also why you see that people who are constantly stressed tend to have illnesses or sicknesses in their body, because they're dealing with dis-ease of the mind, of the nervous system. So that is going to mutate, or it's going to show up as disease in the body, if that is your default state. So if we can make recovery as our default state, clarity as our default state, you will start to see the world literally open up. You'll have more than enough time. You'll have more than enough resources. You'll have more than enough energy, more than enough opportunities. But you have to wipe the lens through which you are seeing the world.